Crowds can turn ugly in seconds, and I know because I walked into a protest today. So my family and I got caught in a anti-Trump protest today in Ocean City, and we were just literally on our way to breakfast, and we saw a ceremonial flag raising. They were going to raise the American flag at 9 o'clock, and it was almost 9 o'clock. So we're like, hey, let's stay and watch the flag raising on this beautiful morning before our breakfast. And as we were there, I noticed a vibe change, and yeah, you realize how fast things can change just like that. And you could be caught up in something, not expecting it, and then all of a sudden things got weird, right? So we're on our way to breakfast, and I'm with my family, and all of a sudden we're in the middle of a protest that I thought was just going to be a ceremonial flag raising. So we get to the ceremonial flag raising spot, and people start coming, and more people start coming, and more people start coming. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of people. That's cool. They all want to see the flag. And then I notice other people coming with signs, and I'm like, what is this? Like, why do these people have signs for this flag raising? It's really weird. I mean, it was on Labor Day. It was Labor Day, by the way. So I just thought it was something they were doing for Labor Day. And apparently it was a protest by this group called Indivisible, I believe they're called. And they're a really confusing group because they walk around with like American flags, like they're, pro-America, we're pro-America, and we love America, and blah, blah, blah. So you see them walking down the boardwalk with flags and signs, and you don't really see the signs right away. And then all of a sudden you notice, what does that sign say? What? I'd be on the beach if Kamala had won. And I'm like, what? And then the other one said something like, eat the rich. And I'm like, what is going on here? Why do they all have American flags? And then another woman that was there just happened to turn to me and say, did you hear that this group that's coming is supposed to be throwing food at people today that are supporting this flag raising? I'm like, I really don't get it. I really don't know. And I feel like these protesters must have had nothing better to do, because whose minds are you changing going to a ceremonial flag raising with signs that are anti-Trump, and no one there is, you're not changing anybody's minds. You're just going to start arguments with people and possibly violence. And it just made me realize how quickly the tides can turn, and the reason why you have to carry everywhere you go, because you could be on your way to breakfast and then all of a sudden there's a massive protest and you're like, what the heck is going on? Now, it wasn't massive, I have to say. It was probably about 30 people at the most, maybe a little more, and mostly old women, and a few of their husbands they probably dragged along with them, and their signs didn't even make any sense. So I'll read you some of the signs I saw. Well, let's see here. Yeah, so some of the signs, I told you eat the rich was one, which doesn't make any sense. And it was like some really young kid with some eat the rich sign. And I'm like, okay, so you just not like rich people. And you know that anybody who has an eat the rich sign just wishes they were rich. That's what it is. Impeach Trump, of course. Down with billionaire grifters. Okay, so they don't like any billionaires. And what were some other ones here? The problem is immigrants and felons. And obviously it has a picture of Melania and Trump, and it says that Melania is the immigrant and Trump is the felon, which obviously we know she's a legal immigrant and Trump is a felon because he had a political rival want him to go to jail. So that's why they convicted him of being a felon. But yeah. And then, let's see, what were some of the other ones here? Yeah, these were the people standing directly in front of me. Workers over billionaires. Don't know what that means. Yeah, and this is, so there's some cool drone footage too that I could see the drone flying around, and I found that drone footage on X. And then this is from the pressofatlanticcity.com, a little article that they had. Just 100 people attended a march at the demonstration against Donald Trump and his administration on the boardwalk. Yeah, but it was just one of those things where you don't realize how fast stuff can change. and you have to. This is why you have to carry. Any day that you think to yourself, man, I don't feel like it. It's kind of annoying. It's a little hot out. It gets a little sweaty. I'm not going to carry. But God forbid, man, that's going to be the day that something happens and you don't have it on you, and that's going to be the day you need it the most. But yeah, so people were literally arguing all around me, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm with my family, and that's not the time to start to argue with people, even if they're arguing about stuff that you don't agree with, because your priority as a man, as a father, protector, provider, your priority is to get your family safe somewhere and let those people argue with each other, because protesting is not what it used to be. It's not really to change the government. People go out and protest, unless it's like a massive protest at the White House, like on January 6th, before the whole setup with the violence at the White House. Unless there's like a massive protest that the government's going to see and be like, wow, we need to change what we're doing. The little protests that people do at the boardwalk at a ceremonial flag raising is just to argue with people, because you're virtue signaling, showing that look at what I think. Nobody cares what you think, because you're not changing anybody's mind. You're literally there just to argue with people. That's not cool. You're just starting trouble, and you're trying to cause a problem because you watch too much news. Because it's hard to tell the truth through all the lies on either side, and on any news. Everyone thinks they're so sure of what they know. That's why they're so mad, because they know all the facts, and they're so mad. But guess what? You get told certain things, and you have to try and do your research the best you can, which most people don't, and find out if they're true or not. And most people just get mad about stuff they hear in the news and want to go yell at other people. But yeah, so I got my family out, and I was literally walking through an old man arguing with some old lady and her son maybe, and I'm just like, hey guys, I'm trying to get some breakfast with my family. Can you move? And they let me through. And then there's a guy behind me arguing with a lady, and I was with him. She had a sign that said there was a workers over billionaires, and he said, hey, what kind of billionaires are you talking about? Like Obama? You're talking about him? And yeah, he's talking about him, and people like that. And but it's not the time to argue, and you're not changing anyone's mind. But the whole point of this is to have situational awareness no matter where you are. When you feel a vibe change, it's time to bounce. When you see something going on that is not right, that you're like, okay, you know what? Something is a little weird here. I'm gonna get my family out of here. Do it. If you get that gut feeling, if you feel God speaking to you like, hey guys, it's time to go, get out of here, do it. But I have to say, nothing crazy happened. Mostly a bunch of old people carrying signs, harmless stuff. And there was a heavy police presence, because I guess they knew there was going to be a protest, which I didn't know. But yeah, so it's really just about this video is really just about keeping your situational awareness no matter where you are at all times. Obviously, there's different levels of your awareness no matter where you are. If you're on the beach, chilling, eyes closed, getting tan, it's different. When you're walking the boardwalk at night, when you're walking the boardwalk at all, really, and you got to be really aware of what's around you no matter where you are, especially when you got your family with you. And the weirdest part was, this was at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Who the heck would think that there'd be some kind of crazy anti-Trump protest at 9 in the morning? So always be prepared, always carry, even when you don't want to. Keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, guys, and just keep your head on a swivel at all times. Obviously, this protest was nothing, but you never know, and you never know where you're going to be and who you're going to be with. So you always want to just keep a lookout. But, carrying doesn't mean you're looking for a fight. It means you're prepared if all of a sudden you were in one and it was a life-threatening fight. So you're not looking for it, but you want to be ready if you have your family with you and a life-threatening situation comes about. You don't want to not have it that day. Let me know, have you ever been somewhere where the vibe changes and you're like, what the heck, this is not right, I need to get out of here? Let me know. What kind of situation were you in? Were you carrying? Did you forget it that day? Have you ever been in a situation where you weren't carrying and something bad happened, and afterwards you're like, man, I really wish I was carrying that day, because it could have gotten a lot worse. The lights just went out. Hey, how about that? It's pretty funny, huh? I'm outside on my balcony of my hotel room and the lights just went out. So we're gonna put a flashlight on and see if that works. We're gonna make it work right now. This is what we're gonna do. Gives me kind of like a scary story vibe, right? So guys, just keep your head on a swivel. Always be situationally aware. Always carry no matter where you're going, no matter who you're with, but especially if you're with your family, because you don't want to get stuck in a bad situation and not be carrying. It can be really bad for you, your family, innocent people around you. And yeah, thank God everything was fine, and everybody went home, and all the cranky people went home. And listen, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, we're all being told lies, and it's hard to believe anyone. It's hard to see the truth through all the lies, like I said. So just keep that in mind, because the people that you disagree with, they're being told lies and they're believing them. And the people that you do agree with, they're also being told some lies. So you got to be careful. And just remember that we're all Americans, although some of them hate America. And we are all, I always want to say we're all on the same team, but really the one team is gone so far to one side that I can't say that anymore. But the majority of us are on the same team and want good things for our country, our families, and our family's future, and our country's future. So guys, thanks for watching this video. I know it's a little crazy. Lights went out. We're working with what we got here. But guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Keep learning, keep training. Guys, come back for some more videos if you like this one. Have a good rest of your night.